Hey everybody, we are back. I say we, because it's you and me. And the baby. Hello, baby. Hello, baby. She's hitting me with the smile. You know how, hey, look at that. Good old Vancouver kid. Hey, look at that. Keep your stick on the ice. What is that? It's been a while since I've been familiar with the words coming out of Don Cherry's mouth. Let's just put it that way. Tony Stretcher, look at that good old Canadian kid. No visor. I don't know, he might have a visor. I think they all have visors these days. Used to just be the smart ones. Anyway, what am I talking about? I don't know. I mean, I thought we performed very well from a banter perspective on the last episode. From a gameplay perspective, of course, it was good, you know. We ran into no trouble whatsoever. We got enough HP to make the run work. We got Mom's knife. We got a ton of damage. It was great stuff. Apart from that, you know, how we doing today? We're doing just fine, but, you know, I exhausted the chess banter, man. I don't know what else I got for you. Still just excited for Twitch Rivals, man. Having a good time. Not nervous, though. Not really nervous, to be honest. You'd laugh. Like, I mean, I don't consider myself, like, a non-nervous person to begin with. I mean, at various stages of my life, I've been nervous about some things and not nervous about others. Let me put it this way. I've been apprehensive historically, although I got over it, to get on airplanes before. And yet, I went in cool as a cucumber to some university exams where, based on the difficulty of the course and also my level of preparedness, I should have been pooping my pants, quite frankly. I'll tell you, like, I bet on, you know, an Airbus A320 safety record over my academic record when it came to, like, organic chemistry. Let's just put it that way. But, you know, they all worked out in the end. It'll be fun regardless. But yeah, like, it's kind of funny to admit, but... And Justin will tell you this, too. I don't know about Malf and Dan, but... Like, I was nervous for that Twitch Rivals Fall Guys, which is so funny, because you think it's going to be, like, you know, I don't think it's that weird, you know? Everybody watching is like, oh, it's just a fun little casual game, like, don't take it too seriously. But for one, you know, there's real money on the line, which is not really the meat and potatoes of the nerves, I think. It's just the nerves of having, you know, a few thousand people watch you do anything. Like, people will still be, they'll be like, oh, why are you getting, you know, anxious over Fall Guys? And then they'll be like, oh, man, I'm so nervous for my college graduation because I'm going to have to walk on a stage in front of, like, you know, 500 people. I hope I don't trip and fall on my face. You know, it's that same kind of thing. It's a mundane task. There's no reason to get embarrassed or nervous about it, I should say. But at the same time, you know, the stakes are higher because it's a bit of a spectator sport, I suppose. But, you know, this, and I'm being straight up with you. It's not like just projection or visualization. I actually just feel like it's just going to be fun. Let's put it that way. But it is true. Like, I think you can understand the nerves. You feel silly at the time, but, like, just remember that, like, the average person out there, if you think that they're going to make you feel silly for being apprehensive about playing in a video game tournament for fun, you know, that same person is, like, probably a little nervous to get up and do, like, a 3-minute speech in front of their 11th grade English class, you know? And I'm not trying to flex. I could wing that right now. On a book that if I never even read it, you know? If you needed me to talk about, I don't know, like Wuthering Heights or something like that, I could get, it wouldn't be a great speech, but I think I could get up there and endear myself somewhat. Hey everybody, my name's Ryan. I'm here to talk to you today about Wuthering Heights. Right off the bat, I want to be honest with you. I want to be transparent. I don't want you to be listening to this speech under false pretenses. I have not read the book, nor could I really tell you much about it, quite frankly. I know that it is by one of the Brontes. For a while, I thought that there was only one Bronte, and, you know, she just had many different names, but I guess there are several Bronte sisters. I know there's an Emily. There is a Charlotte as well, I believe. There's a Charlotte Bronte. I could not tell you anything that any of them wrote, except for the fact that one of them definitely wrote Wuthering Heights. And I gotta tell you, baby, as long as I'm being honest here, I don't really know what wuthering means. If you came to this speech and you were hoping that you would at least get one piece of information on a lexicographical level out of it, I'm here to tell you you're going to be very disappointed, because I I don't know what wuthering means. I don't know if wuthering is kind of similar to, like, withering, or it's possible that wuthering might be the name of the region? You know, like Beverly Hills. They live in Wuthering Heights. I don't know. Is it a person's name? Anyway, the way I understand it is that it's kind of like Jane Austen, but macabre, maybe a little bit more melancholy. That's the way I get it. So, you know, in conclusion, my personal recommendation is that you should read this book, and then maybe, if you enjoyed my speech, you could give me a little synopsis of what happens in it a little bit later, and as a result of that, we'll both come out ahead. I will say it's a certified classic, even though I haven't read it, and above all else, even if you're not that interested in it, Bronte questions come up quite regularly on the quiz program Jeopardy. So if you ever find yourself interested in Jeopardy, my personal advice to you is it would be good to at least read the book, or if you're not going to read the book, at least read the Cliff Notes or the Spark Notes. Thank you, and I will not be taking any questions. See, that's... And I know you're like, it's different. There's no people here. I got no problem with that. It's life, man. It's just talking. Chess, on the other hand, oh man. Jeez Louise. And Fall Guys, don't even get me started. A much more complex game than chess. You got grabbing. That's about it. You got diving, but the grabbing is the worst. Okay. I actually think that Death's List this early on could be quite nice for us. Could pay some substantial dividends. This could be a dividend aristocrat, baby. For real. You know what would be really messed up? If I was like, oh, guess what? I have read Wuthering Heights. I haven't. Again, you know, you could make fun of me if you want. I've been chewing my way through a book called Beating the Street by Peter Lynch. I can't believe we may make this actually work here. Gotta be careful, because the bat at the back is ready to crack. His eyes are as red as the sun. And the bat in the corner is nobody's Mona, because she thinks she's the passionate one. You know what I mean, baby? Oh, yeah. Oh, she did not like that note. Oh, yeah. That's Ballroom Blitz by Sweet. Wouldn't make it onto my playlist of, you know, best songs ever. But if we were doing, like, if we were doing ranks of songs, which I think that's a little unproductive, but that's fine. If we were doing ranks of songs, I would probably say that Ballroom Blitz would make it into my B tier. If I was, well, like, okay, what's S tier? S tier is, like, always happy to hear it, put it on, and, you know, maybe even hit the repeat button. A tier is, like, almost always happy to hear it. You might even throw in the occasional repeat, but it's not an all-timer, you know? B tier is, like, if I'm driving on in the car, and it came on, I would be happy and I would sing along. Because if you're not using, you know, Spotify or something like that in the car, and you're listening to, like, FM radio, how are we still alive on Death's List here? This makes no sense to me, and yet it worked. You know, your standards are much different when you're in the car. A song you only kind of like becomes like a 9 out of 10 when it comes on when you're driving, right? So the B tier, like Ballroom Blitz, if I was listening to, you know, the rock radio station in Vancouver and they started playing Ballroom Blitz, I'd be like C tier, I mean, I think we go CDF. That's my take on the subject, okay? So, like, a C tier song, if it came on the car radio, I would consider changing the station or change the station. A D tier song is 100% definitely changing the station, and an F tier song is I would crash my car. Anyway. Forgot what I was talking about. So what's an example of a song in every tier? Well, you know, just going off stuff I've been listening to lately. An S tier song. Let's call it a Brother Sport by Animal Collective. That's a song where when it pops up on shuffle, I'm turning it up, you know? And I might even, after it's done, I might run it back once. And then an A tier song, you know, let's say something like, Perfect Disguise by Modest Mouse. It's a song, whenever it comes on, it's like track 4 or something like that on the Moon in Antarctica. Whenever it comes on, I'm not gonna skip it, it's not even close. I'll even, in my head, I'll go, okay, hold on, I gotta take this for Zane purposes. Hey, it was pretty much a wash, I would say. Then we get into a B tier song, a song that you're happy to hear in the car, probably would not put on your own, some of the time at least. I would say my perfect example of that is like, you know what? Let's give it like "Sour Girl" by the Stone Temple Pilots. I think the Stone Temple Pilots have some songs in that, you know, A to S tier range. Like, for example, we'll take this temporarily. I forgot what the song is called now, but you know what I'm talking about. Is and I feel so much depends on the weather. You know, it's a well, and I feel when the dog begin to smell her. Sorry, DMCA. But if you get the notes wrong, then it's not intellectual property. It's just that simple. The RIAA hates him. One simple trick to never get DMCA'd. It's not be able to sing. That's an A or S tier song. For sure. But then, you know, Sour Girl, I would never put it on like in my downtime. I would never be like, oh, you know what I'd really like to hear right now is Sour Girl. But when I'm in the car, I'm like, well, look away, are you looking at? He was an empty girl. You get the idea. I'm sorry. It's kind of an annoying bit. And we got 3 tiers to go. I mean, I'll start you in the F tier. You can get to the F tier with an A tier song just by overplaying it for decades. Hotel California and Don't Stop Believing by Journey are both instant change the radio stations. I would rather listen to Static. And I'm not being just like, I'm not trying to be difficult. Even if I were alone in the car and nobody experienced it, I would rather change the station and listen to Static. And I'd be like, oh, is this the new Murs bow? I know. Baby, you don't listen to that stuff. Here's the baby's favorite song. This one I would probably also put in the F tier. But don't let her know that I said that, okay? Don't tell her I said that. Frog likes to hop, hop, hop. He jumps in the water. Do-ka-do-do-ka-do-do. Splish! Splash! She is like, that's avant-garde. What did Anthony Fantano give to Frog Likes to Hop, Hop, Hop? Breathtaking? 10 out of 10? The best album since Charlie XCX? This run's going places, man. It's not there yet, but it's definitely going places. Yeah, I don't know what the baby's into right now. I mean, you know how the movie Baby Geniuses is like the thesis of the movie, and I will bring up the most obvious rebuttal that I can. The thesis to the movie Baby Geniuses is that what if babies were born very smart, but then for some reason when they turned 3, they lost all of their ability to think critically and regressed to the level of a toddler. That's good. A free damage upgrade. That's very good. Here's my rebuttal to the movie Baby Geniuses. If they're so smart, why are they still crapping their pants? Sometimes people have responded to that reasoning and that rhetoric by saying, if someone would change your diaper, wouldn't you crap your pants? Absolutely not. I already go through jeans as fast, or too fast as it is, I should say. But regardless, I kind of think that Baby Geniuses is right for baby's musical tastes, right? Like, I know you might be like, I was a cool kid. No, you weren't. Like, until you were probably, like, at least a minimum age 10, you probably had junk taste in music. You're going to school, like, you know, the wheels on the bus go round and round, round and... Why does that song... Sorry, baby. She thinks I'm getting really angry. She doesn't understand it's kayfabe. Why does that song have, like, 15 verses? You know what I mean? You think like, the driver on the bus goes doop 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 doop. The passengers on the bus go wee wee wee. Like we get it. There's multiple parts to the bus, you know. Like it's got to be one of the most annoying songs on planet Earth. I get that it's not for me, but it should be. Everything should be. 99 bottles of beer on the wall is definitely much worse, but so this room is just guaranteed like death's list. Oh, or not. Okay, cool. Or yes. Okay, even better. Okay, you almost got me to say something really rude there. I was gonna sarcastically say this item was very well thought out and executed. I don't mean to be insulting, but it's just a little salt just bubbled up a little bit to the surface. Okay, just a little, not a lot, baby, not a lot. The salt on the streamer goes boop 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 boop. The salt on the streamer goes boop 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 all through the town. Can you believe that at the present moment there are probably, I'm gonna say 500 YouTube creators making at minimum 6 figures a year, and that's their job? I'm not mad, genuinely not mad, and I've said this so many times. It's not like what I do has any more inherent merit than, you know, that. But it does sometimes just like boggle my mind. I may, by the way, come to see it as like as a service someday. You know, maybe we're just like, you know, I need like a little break from this kid for a little bit. You put on a YouTube channel that the fish is swimming in the fishy lake. The fish is swimming and the fish is swimming great. I'll be like, oh, this is sweet relief, right? I will say, like, you know, sometimes I've seen some tweets going around. You know, Ryan's toy review has become like the most, I think, lucrative YouTube channel in YouTube history. It's absurd, right? Like this little kid reviews these toys, and you know, his holding company for tax purposes makes like, you know, 25 to 30 million US a year. It's crazy. And I've seen people on Twitter, they're like, you know, me getting ready to go to work knowing that Ryan's toy review made $20 million US this year, and it's them putting on clown makeup. Here's what I'm gonna say about that, alright? Yeah, it's like, it's garish, don't get me wrong. It's kind of the kind of thing that'll cause like a crisis of faith. But do you know how many like CEOs get paid, you know, 20 million a year? I'm not going to say it would be a modest sum, but you know how many CEOs out there, you know, they get paid double-digit millions of dollars a year, and they don't even work as hard as Ryan's toy review? Like, that's the kind of stuff that should be bothering you, man. He's, you know, there's a rule, in especially financial institutions. I stole this from, Beating the Street. You borrow money at 3%, you lend money at 6%, and you golf at 3 p.m. You borrow at 3, you lend at 6, you golf at 3. At least Ryan's toy review, he's putting in the freaking grind, man. You think he ever has a crisis of faith? You think he's ever, like, reviewing, you know, like the 17th Hatchimal that month, and he's like, I can't freaking do it, Mom! I can't do it! Come on, Ryan, it's just, hey, look, we'll get you some ice cream after you finish the, Marvel Cinematic Universe Hatchimal Series 7. Mom, I can't do it anymore! I can't review any more freaking Hatchimals, or... I don't know what kids are into these days. It's all loot boxes, right? I mean, we're kind of in the golden period of, like, not societally, I mean we as parents right now, we're in the golden period of toys. Every toy is like an $8 physical object that is like, it's a rattle that you can bite, you know? Like, it's, we don't have to worry about the psychological implications of, like, oh, yeah, well, you know, what brings you to Gamblers Anonymous today? Oh, you know, my dad, he worked a lot, and, you know, he couldn't give me the attention that I wanted, so instead he just bought me, like, an $8 Hatchimal once a day, and now now I'm addicted to luck be a landlord, you know? That's... You gotta... Once your kids get a little older, you gotta start concerning yourself with those kind of implications, right? If diving in too deep, and possibly the complication. Now that's easy. Easy S tier song. Men at Work. S tier. Overkill. Be Good Johnny. There's a couple others, but let's not go crazy. A tier. Who Can It Be Now? B tier, Down Under. I don't play it that much in my downtime, but I would love to hear it on the car radio. I just smiled. He just smiled and give me a Vegemite sandwich. And he said, you know, that's a fun song to sing along to when nobody can hear you. And then we get down C tier. I don't know, man. I'm kind of like, that's like Maria or It's a Mistake. I think It's a Mistake is a good song. It's just like not really for me, I suppose. There's some like F tier songs too, but you know, they didn't make it onto the best of. Let's put it that way. I know, baby, you're getting a little fussy, which is fine, by the way. It's been a little while since you had a little snack. You've been very well behaved. This morning, I got very close to being like, "What do you want from me? I fed you, I changed your diaper, I put a smile on my face, I picked you up, I bounced you in the air, and then you know, Ruka's being so patient. Ruka, he gets scared by the baby because the baby makes erratic movements, but I brought the baby over to Ruka, and he was like very patient with the baby and didn't cause any problems, and let the baby pet Ruka, and the baby was smiling and making weird noises, and Ruka was chilling, and I was like, oh, I'm so proud of him. And you're still fussing. Now I'm like, you know what? I hear you. I'm getting a little peckish myself. Baby, I hear the lunch are calling. I don't know what we have. It's probably like cold coffee and chicken wraps. Ho! And I don't know what to do about the cold coffee and chicken wraps. They're calling again. You know, this is not the right time to dump Counterfeit Penny, but we could make Dim Bulb be an all stats up for us. You know, you could use it once per room. It's a little annoying that we have to press the space bar every time, but you know, it's a small price to pay. Ahee, baby. You ever get a fussy baby? Just try one simple trick. Babies hate him. Wait, no. Babies love him. Frog likes to hop, hop, hop. He jumps in the water. Do-do-do-do-do-do-do. Splish, splash. I'm sorry. I have to do it one more time. Frog likes to hop, hop, hop. He jumps in the water. Oh, that was dreadful. Do-do-do-do-do-do. Splish, splash. She's smiling. She's smiling. We can get through the run. One smile, we'll say to baby for like 10 minutes. Ah, son of a... Hello, baby. Yeah, who's a good baby? Who's a good baby? It's you. You're the good baby. Welcome to Good Baby, home of the good babies. Can I take your order? You know what I'm talking about? You ever see Good Burger? You know Carmen Electra was in that movie? I feel like Carmen Electra has been alive for 400 years. I'm not even saying she's old, but I know, like, I saw there were, like, clips that went viral of her again because she's in The Last Dance, the Chicago Bulls documentary. And I was like, she's not 70 years old? Like, how is she only, like 48 or something? She's been famous since I was, like, a zygote. Baby! My sweet baby. My discontented baby. Is there something I could do for you? Because I feel a little bit like Meatloaf, you know? I would do anything for a laugh, but I can't do that, where that is, you know, feeds you directly from my nipple. Maybe that's what he was talking. I don't think that's what he was talking about. Based on Meatloaf's recent interviews about climate change, I think that he would do anything for love but that, and that is adjust his consumption patterns even slightly to benefit future generations. But he would hose you down with holy water if you get too hot. That's right. I'm dunking on Meatloaf. I'm sorry, Like, I like a lot of Meatloaf's songs. He's in the Rocky Horror Picture Show, a movie I think that is at the very least fun. But if he wants to, like, take up his dispute with me, he can get, like, one of his younger family members to teach him how to print from PDF, and he can get in touch, and we'll have a conversation, okay? I feel like there's some knowledge that he could impart to me, and I definitely think that there's some knowledge I can impart to him as well. I also kind of want to talk to the journalists who keep interviewing Meatloaf about climate change. Like, do you think he's keeping up with the literature? I'm not trying to say, like, leave Meatloaf alone. I'm more like, why are you giving him a platform to tell people he doesn't believe in climate change? The man sings. That's like, you know, there's a double standard, right? They don't interview scientists and go like, you know, hey, what's your favorite, you know, Sunday breakfast? They always interview scientists and go like, are we all gonna die? And then they go, unless we change things, there's a chance. And then they go, oh, that was too many big words. Can you punch it up a little bit for the audience? Meanwhile, they're like, hey, Meatloaf, what do you think of RNA vaccines? And he's like, I got a lot of opinions. Then I click on it, I guess, because I'm like, you know, I don't derive my political opinions from Meatloaf, but sometimes I'm like, oh, what's this guy up to now? Meatloaf, you're gonna get yourself in trouble. Meatloaf, you're gonna get yourself in trouble. Stop saying carbon dioxide isn't a real thing, okay? Small rock? Sorry, this has been a very sing-heavy episode. I apologize there. I do also have to let you know, I think I'm going to require arthroscopic surgery on my right knee. From constantly, like, it's twisted at like a 30-degree angle to bounce this baby. I'm going to end up having to go see like a physiotherapist or something, man. Or I got to turn my chair like 30 degrees and then I'm bouncing it at a normal angle, but my neck is turned. Jeez, I don't know. What would I rather have here? A busted neck or a... My knee, my neck, my pharynx, and my crack. Sorry. I'm trying to delete it. Yeah, I know Cupcake. Come on. I'm into all the modern contemporary artists. Rebecca Black, Cupcake, Johann Sebastian Bach. I apologize as well. I'm not looking at like any of the meta factors surrounding this run. I'm not even like picking up chests, man. Just like literally just walking into enemies over and over, because this run, like, it's like in Luck Be a Landlord when you've already got next month's rent covered. Like, I know that there's some hubris involved here, and you'd always like to see, you know, somebody do their best and never cut corners, unless it's you. But I mean, come on. Much like our last run, there's a certain level of like, come on, bud. Come on. Look at the run. Come on. Look at the run, look back to me. Now look at the run. The run is now diamonds. Remember that, baby? You weren't alive for that. Don't front. It's an Old Spice ad. Yeah, you're absolutely right. It's doubly ironic because now it's like an Old Spice ad. Well, we're swimming in spirit hearts. I don't really, like, I mean, I want for nothing on this run, you know? Like, what could I possibly complain about? Really, I mean, a Tears upgrade is beautiful. And, sure, okay. Alright, yeah, and, you know, now at least things are a little bit more interesting. But more than anything else, really, like, we really just want, like, an Emperor card or something like that, like... This one is another, like, the latest in a kind of a beautiful series of Isaac runs that are definitely on the easy side. Not just easy, but quick as well. Even, like, Fate, you know, it's a spirit heart. You'd love to see it. I am stunned. You know, if they're giving out, like, Most Polite Baby 2021, you're in the running. This is, I'm genuinely proud. I'm starting to understand parental pride, you know, I mean, which makes sense. As a kid, I think when your parents say they're proud of you, I don't know, you don't disbelieve it, This is just my experience, obviously. 9 lives? We're guppy. Head eyes, I'm dead. You don't disbelieve it, but you're kind of like, oh, I know, that's what you're supposed to say. Oh, what, you're proud of me because I came like 6th in a talent show? Come on. But I definitely, like, you know, having a kid now, I totally get it. Like, I'm proud of the baby. I had a video call with my mom the other day, and the baby, she was sitting on my lap, and Ruka was close by, and she was grabbing onto Ruka. I mean, look, she was supervised. I was paying attention, but she was grabbing onto Ruka and, like, petting him. But she doesn't have full control of her motor skills. So while petting him, sometimes she would just, like, grab onto the scruff of his neck as hard as she could, and then, like, yank his head up, and Ruka was just looking like, okay, fine, I'll allow it. You know, tough love is better than no love, I guess. And I was like, you know, it's not 10 out of 10 petting, but I was like, oh my god, great grasping skills, baby. Wow. If you had more strength, you could have picked him up off the ground by his throat. That's amazing. Like, even relatively small things I'm proud of, you know? Like, I'm still, like, we haven't had another milestone like that since, but I'm telling you, in my head, at least 5 to 10 times a day, I play back the mental recording of when she said a gooby. That one, like, that blew me away. We were just chilling on the couch, and she was like, a gooby. We're like, you can't just do that. You gotta, like, give us a countdown to the agooby. I want to capture that on video. Double standards, right? Because if you went to your parents and you said, hey mom, a gooby, they'd probably be like, are you okay? Do you need to go to the hospital? I'm telling you, man, babies, they got it too easy. Yeah, hey, you know what, baby? Every time you don't cry when I'm changing your diaper, I say thank you. You know how many thank yous I've gotten from the baby for knocking out the mortgage payment every month? Precisely 0. Then again, I don't think I've ever thanked my parents for knocking out the mortgage payment every month. It's the circle of life. She fell asleep. I don't know, I think I finally get it. I'm no longer going to take offense when people fall asleep during Isaac episodes. I'm going to be like, you know, I'm going to take it as the flattery that it feels like right now. So anyway, that's what's going on in my life. Pretty excited. I'm having a normal lunch today. It's 11:12 a.m. right now. For once, I mean, yesterday I ate lunch at 10:10 a.m. Today, 11:15 is kind of almost a normal lunchtime, wouldn't you say? I would say it's almost a normal lunchtime. I'm excited. Jeez Louise. I could eat, oh man, I could treat myself and maybe, like, even, you know, go get takeout somewhere. No, I couldn't possibly, because I got the baby. That's right. It's not that I forgot about the baby, it's that she's just sleeping so well that temporarily she escaped my mind's eye. I apologize for the, or alternatively, you don't have to say thank you for the ASMR, by the way. This is just like any other new parents out there having a lot of conversations like this. You know, it doesn't matter what you're talking about. As soon as the baby goes to sleep, regardless of the severity of the conversation, you know, you talk like this. Like, I think at around, like, 8 p.m., if I ever turn on the TV and it's like there's a meteor heading for the Earth, I'm gonna, you know, turn to Kate and be like, hey, did you see this? There's a meteor heading towards the Earth. We're all gonna die. And she'd be like, what? And I'd be like, shh, the baby's sleeping. Are you crazy? I know this is serious news, but at the same time, we just got her to sleep. Alright, baby, don't even sweat it. We're going to be done with this in, oh my god, probably like 45 seconds. We're going to Yara everything for, like, literally no reason, now that I think about it. And we're going to pick up some items that will do essentially nothing alongside Mom's knife. and then we will play our Emperor card. Walk into this room, and honestly enjoyed just another truly generous and exceptional run. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you've enjoyed it. I know the baby did. If you did, click the like button. Helps out a great deal. Of course, subscribe if you want to see more in the future, and follow me on Twitch, twitch.tv/Northernlion. I'm live every day but Saturday. Thanks for watching. I'll see you there.